Hi everybody, Levi Clay here, and I'm back again for a new series that I'm going to call Mastering Music Theory. Now, of course, music theory is a broad subject, and it's something that I cover as part of my lessons all of the time. It's the way in which we communicate. And people often ask me, Levi, where would you go in order to learn music theory? And that's a very difficult question for me to answer because I didn't learn music theory from a book. I have a long history of education. I started studying music in high school and through college and then at university. So I have a long history of more formal education. So I've picked up theory, I've learnt theory over a period of time rather than being able to say, oh, it was this book or it was this book. Of course, that doesn't mean that I haven't looked at some theory books, and in the last couple of months I've been looking here and there at some theory books to kind of be able to give you guys some recommendations on what I think the best theory books are out there. And these include everything from classics like the Mark Levine, the piano book, the jazz theory book. He wrote the piano book. Excellent book. He's an excellent writer. The Rick Beato book, of course. How can you not mention the Beato book? There's tons of them. Jazzology, the ABRSM, Harmony and Theory books. I had to look for all of these, and they vary so dramatically. You know, I want to make, a song and dance about Rick Beato's book because it's great. It genuinely is great. And the same with the Levine book. But it got me thinking, there's definitely aspects of music theory that I think are missing from those books, and it's really the basic stuff. Because the problem with music theory is it's like teaching someone a language. That's exactly what it is. It's a language. And learning a language is a broad subject. Fitting it into one book or one ebook in Rick's case is very difficult. In fact, it's virtually impossible because you end up with something that's so unwieldy that it's a struggle to get through. So what you don't find in music theory books are things like the concepts on reading or at least, identifying pitches. You don't get things like keys. And these things I think are very, very important because music theory, when you think about it, it's about understanding how music works. That's really all it's about. I don't expect a music theory book to be full to the brim with playing examples. I don't want somebody to say, okay, so here's how an Aeolian scale or Aeolian mode is constructed, and here's 50 examples of how that's going to be used. That's not really for the theory book. That's for something else. A music theory book, to me, should really help you to understand the ins and outs of how things fit together. You'll then learn how to use those things. So today I'm going to talk to you about keys. Key signatures. This is a very simple subject, and it's a subject that you can have absolutely mastered in, I'm going to say 10 minutes, but of course I'm speaking. I don't know how long this video is. I don't script my videos. I just talk. So we're going to talk today about keys. Now, like I say, keys are very important. And when you think about the word keys or key, a key is something that unlocks a door, right? A key will unlock something. And that's exactly what we have when you think of a musical key. It gives us the information. It unlocks the information of which notes will fit over this given section. Which notes are the chords that exist here? What are they taken from? What collection of notes? What pool of notes are they taken from? Learning this is simple. It's as simple as learning two little rhymes, okay? The first rhyme is Father Charles goes down and ends battle. Easy. Father Charles goes down and ends battle. And the beauty of that is we can just reverse it and get battle ends and down goes Charles's father. Fantastic. Two things to remember. Now, I appreciate that at this stage, you don't know what they mean. Father Charles goes down and ends battle. Battle ends and down goes Charles's father. Very simple. Now, you can take that order of notes and you can come up with any rhyme that you like, to be fair. I certainly remember in high school, one of my classmates came up with Father Christmas got Dad an electric blanket. Blanket explodes and Dad got cold feet. That worked too. And I've remembered that. It's been 15, 20 years, a very long time since I learnt that. And it's just stuck in my mind. We need to know these things because what we have presented there are the order of flats and the order of sharps, or the other way around, the order of sharps and the order of flats. You see, when you look at a musical stuff, what you will see when you look at a key signature is they will always be written in this particular order. So if I look at this particular key signature, let's not even bother dealing with what it's called at this stage. But on this first key, we have an F sharp, Father. For the next key, we have a C sharp, Father Charles. The next key has a G sharp, Father Charles goes. The next key has a D sharp, Father Charles goes down. So on and so forth. Father Charles goes down. and, ends, battle. Simple. And believe it or not, it's exactly the same for the opposite. If we do battle, ends, and, down, goes, Charles's, father, that's going to tell you the order of flats and sharps. So you need to take a little bit of time just to familiarize yourself with those two patterns, those two mnemonic rhymes, or however you want to. I'm totally unsure of the correct way to word that, but again, these videos aren't scripted. Father Charles goes down and ends battle. Battle ends and down goes Charles's father. So like I say, that's going to inform us of the order in which we write these flats and sharps. Flats and sharps, flats and sharps. Fantastic. What we need now is to know how we translate that information into an actual key. So when we're looking at a key signature, we can identify what key we are looking at. And again, this is very easy. There's just two tiny little things that we need to know. The first thing for sharps, you look at the final sharp that's in the key signature. So on screen now, you can see the four sharps. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can see four sharps, F, C, G, and D. You look at the last sharp, so D sharp. If we move up one semitone from there, from D sharp, move up to the next note, we get the note E. This is the key of E. Simple as that. If I look at this key signature, there's two sharps, F and C. Awesome. Look at the last sharp. It's a C or a C sharp. Move up a semitone, we get to D. This is the key of D. This tells us immediately what flats and sharps are in a given key. It's as simple as that. Now, you can use this in reverse. It requires a little bit more thought. But essentially, if you need to know how many flats or sharps are in a given key, if we're working with sharps, the key of B, we need to move down from B. So we go down from B, a semitone will give us A sharp. So the last sharp in the key signature, or the key of B, will be an A sharp. Father, Charles, goes, down, and. The key of B contains 5 sharps. Father, Charles, goes, down, and. It's as simple as that. Exploring key signatures and learning about flats and sharps, or learning sharps in this case, is just about getting familiar with these patterns. So you can look at a written key and identify what it is, and if somebody asks you how many sharps are in a key, you should be able to work it out very effectively. The key of A, so our note is A, awesome. A semitone below that would be our G sharp. Father, Charles, goes. The key of A contains 3 sharps, F, C, and G. Father Charles goes. Yeah, fantastic. Don't know how that slipped in my mind. That's sharps. It's as easy as that. Let's deal in flats. So when working in flats, I don't like presenting information and essentially having to say to you, well, you just need to learn this thing. But in this particular instance, that's really the only way that you can do that, because the first key, the one that contains a single flat, B, battle, this is the key of F. That's just something that you know. From there, though, it's going to be as simple as using the penultimate flat. So when we have a key signature that contains 2 flats, B flat and E flat, we ignore the last flat. Forget E flat. Go back one. You're at B flat. When I see this key signature, this is the key signature for B flat major. If we look at a key signature that contains 3 flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat, again, I can look at the final flat. It's an A flat. Let's ignore that and go back one. Let's go back to one more flat, E flat. This is the key signature for E flat. Now, using this, we can use this knowledge to, again, practice identifying what a given key signature is. So if I ask you what notes are in the key of A flat, we would go, okay, A flat, it's a flat key. Fantastic. So we need to deal in terms of flats. And then we're just going to go battle, ends, and. So we're on A flat. And then the next flat, D flat. That will give us 4 flats. Battle, ends, and down. So again, if we look at the key signature, we can now look at that and go, okay, the penultimate, the flat before the end, the penultimate flat is an A flat. This is the key of A flat. Okay, so that's all that we need to know. From here, it's just about practicing this information. So how am I going to encourage you to go about practicing that information and to work this out in your mind? Well, first of all, writing out scales is a great thing to do. And I'm going to help you to do that very quickly and effectively. So if you need to write out the notes that are in the key of D, we need to identify the sharps. But before you do that, just write down the notes D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Because a scale will contain each one of these notes. It's just about then correcting whether or not there are any sharps or flats. So D major, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Write them down. Then it's about identifying the sharps or flats. So this isn't a flat key given to you by the fact that it's not the key of D flat, it's D, it's a sharp key. Again, all I need to do is identify how many sharps. It's a sharp key, cool. So go down a semitone from D, we end up at C sharp. Okay, so the final sharp in this key will be a C sharp. Father, Charles, the key of D contains two sharps, F and C, or F sharp and C sharp. So now I can go back to my notes, the ones I have written out, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. The key of D, we have worked that out. Do it for the key of E, same principle. Key of E, okay, fantastic. So E is the note, E is the tonic, E is the home, if you like. Move down a semitone from E, we're at D sharp, okay. So 4 sharps, Father Charles goes down. Now I've got my notes written out, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And then it's just about adding in those sharps. E, F sharp, Father. E, F sharp, G sharp, Father Charles goes. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, Father Charles. There's a C sharp in here. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, Father Charles goes down the 4th sharp. That's how we do that for sharp keys. And of course, it's going to be exactly the same for flat keys. If I needed to work out or write out the notes that are in the key of A flat major, fantastic, easy. Same idea, write them down. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And then it's about identifying the key signature, the thing that will unlock this information. So, okay, it's a flat key. So we need one more flat than the name of the key that we're in. So battle ends and, there's our A flat, down, battle ends and down. Okay, so A flat contains 4 flats, B, E, A, and D. So now I go back to my notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. A, well that's an A flat, B flat, battle, A flat, B flat, C. There's no C flat here. A flat, B flat, C flat, D. Battle ends and down, 4th flat. A flat, B flat, C, D flat. E, battle ends. Okay, the second flat is an E. It's an E flat. So B flat, key of A flat, sorry. A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat. F, okay, battle ends and down. No flat there. G, battle ends and down. No flats there. And that's our key. A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, and G. We've worked out the notes that are in the key of A flat. Now, I do appreciate that might seem like rocket science. You are going to need to put your time in on this. You are going to need to practice this. But let me give you a great little exercise that you can do to do that for yourself. So working out scales is fine. It's great. But your time might be a little bit better spent by working out relevant intervals in a given key. So you can just write on a piece of paper or even randomly generate an interval and a key. So 4th in the key of C, 6th in the key of E, 2nd in the key of A flat, 3rd in the key of B flat, etc., etc. And then it's just a case of working out this information. So 4th in the key of C, cool. So same principle, C, D, E, F. I'm not worrying about key signature yet. C, D, E, F. It's going to be an F of some sort. Okay, key of C, it contains no sharps or flats. Fantastic. The 4th in the key of C is an F. The 6th in the key of E, okay, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's the 6. Okay, so is it C? Is it C flat? Is it C sharp? Key of E contains 4 sharps. Father Charles goes down. Cool. Father Charles, there's a C sharp in here. E, F, G, A, B, C sharp. The 6th in the key of E is a C sharp. Now, I'm not going to sit here and do this all day. You need to put the time in on this. Sit down with a little worksheet. In fact, I'll put one up on my Patreon page that people can download and use as a way of practicing. This is a great way of familiarizing yourself with keys. And I absolutely promise you that with time, you don't have to work these out anymore. It's like seeing your name written on a piece of paper, or if I lift my shirt up, you can see this word, you can see Macho Man written on me, but you don't really process each individual letter. You're so used to seeing these words, you can just identify them at a glance, right? And it'll be the same with a key signature. You'll see 5 sharps and you'll go, that's the key of B. So there we have it, guys. Everything that you need to know about identifying key signatures. I know this is really just me talking at a camera, but hopefully, you've got something useful out of that. It's something that is worth practicing, and I promise you, when you build on this, when we start building into, chords in a given key, you're going to be able to use your knowledge of keys to help identify what chords are in a given key. When we're processing modes, your understanding of parallel modal theory, etc., you'll be able to identify what notes are in a given mode just purely based on your knowledge of keys. This is going to be really, really useful. So put in the time. Trust me, it's worth it. Finally, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of my supporters over on Patreon. You guys have been unbelievably patient with me this last month. My uploads have not been nearly as frequent as I've needed them to be. As you can see, I've had a shave and everything. I'm taking care of myself again. Quarantine's basically over now, so expect a ton more videos. Seriously, guys, it means a lot. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all your support. If you would like to check us out on Patreon, there is a link in the description. You can have private lessons, all of that good stuff, or access to my study club, get your name listed, join my private Facebook group, or just participate in my transcription challenges. If that doesn't suit, you can also head on over to Amazon, link in the description, and check out one of my books. Check out one of my books. Thank you so much for all the love and support, guys. It genuinely does mean a lot. It would also help if you would subscribe. You can do that by clicking this button down here. You can check me out on Patreon by clicking this button up here, and you will see 2 more of my videos here and here. If you have any questions about this whatsoever, and I expect there to be some, please do let me know in that comment section below. I will do everything in my power to help you to understand this a little bit better. Music theory is an easy subject. You just have to be methodical about it. So good luck, get to work, and I'll see you soon. Laters.